Okay, what do you say about wow? I mean, that was just an amazing, amazing performance. There are so many of those big, just beautiful moments in the Mass from La Fiesta Mexicana, and their treatment of it was stunning. It was they hit a couple of those chords, and then the echo in the hall, and I just felt chills up here.
It was quite excellent.
Really, really great. So congratulations to Chip DeStefano and Dave Morrison and the McCracken Middle School Band on a phenomenal performance this afternoon.
Beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
Nice program, too.
Yes, very nice. Some new pieces I hadn't heard that were really very, very good.
Got another Boyson chart I didn't know.
Yeah.
Shame on me. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. So that brings us to the close of our middle school, junior high portion of the program. Coming up at, it's scheduled for 2, which is in about 8 minutes. There's they'll have an award ceremony, and then we'll have a short break before we begin at 2:30 with Tri-Valley High School in our Class 1A and Class 2A divisions. That'll bring us up to 9:15 tonight, when we'll hear from the University of Illinois Wind Orchestra, performing a brief selection before this evening's award ceremonies as well. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being with us today and tomorrow. Tomorrow morning we start at about 8:15. We'll have Dan McCaffrey, one of the regional managers for Jupiter Band Instruments, with us tomorrow morning in a pre-dawn interview. I think we're going to talk about Mapex and Majestic drums and percussion tomorrow morning. And we start with our first band at 8:30 tomorrow morning in Class 3 and Class 4A tomorrow. That takes us all the way to 7:45 tomorrow night, where we'll hear a performance from the University of Illinois Wind Symphony, doing Maslanka Symphony No. 4 under the direction of their new director of bands here, Dr. Steve Peterson, tomorrow night. And tonight is their new associate director of bands, Dr. Elizabeth Peterson, conducting. So great stuff to bring us to a close tonight and tomorrow night, and phenomenal bands that we've heard and more to come. So thanks so much for tuning in, and I want to say thanks to all of our sponsors for helping us out to bring you this broadcast. There's many links on the right side of the viewing screen that you can click on there that take you to more information about the things that they're offering and all the exciting things going on at those companies. But we want to for sure say thanks to Tom Merrill as the Executive Director of Festivals of Music for today's webcast. Thanks so much for sponsoring that.
Of course, absolutely.
And also to Ludwig Masters Publishing, Trumpets and Trombones, and Trumpets and Trombas, right? Sorry. Super Holiday Tours, Eastman Winds, Manhattan Beach Publishing, Bob Rogers Travel, Jupiter Band Instruments, Mapex Drums, and Majestic Percussion, and our great Illinois school music dealers that are involved, Quinlan and Fabish, and the Music Shop. So thank you to all those folks for helping bring you these broadcasts live, and for helping fund basically what becomes a beautiful resource archive.
Yeah, that's the great part about all these performances, that they're all going to be archived on banddirector.com here in the next coming days, and you'll be able to access those and rewatch some of these, or if you weren't able to watch live all of them, it's an opportunity to go back, hear some of the wonderful interpretations of these pieces that are doing a lot of great standard repertoire that is being performed here over the course of 2 days. Just a great resource for directors that are looking for new pieces, new ways to perform standard pieces. There's all sorts of great benefits that come from this.
Yeah, fantastic. So coming up at 2:30, Tri-Valley High School, and begins our Class 1A high school division this afternoon, and we're excited for that. But now the adjudicators are going to meet and discuss every band except the last one that we heard, as I understand it, right? Yes. And pick out an honor group to perform here next year. And the reason that McCracken was performing where they were is that they were last year named the honor band
for this year. Exactly.
For this year, so they're here performing.
I would not want to have to be one of them picking it, because I would have a really difficult time, isolating one ensemble out of all these that have performed today. That was truly exceptional. We're hearing lots of fantastic things.
Yes.
We forget that these are our middle school students. These are kids that some of them maybe haven't been playing much more than a year, and they're putting out this kind of quality of sound, demonstrating this kind of technique. It's just a phenomenal work that these directors are doing at these programs.
Yep, for sure. Well, I agree with you. And speaking of which, we have 4 distinguished
Oh yeah, let's introduce them.
evaluators that are that have been with us. And if you're just tuning in, you haven't heard their introduction. We have four great folks. Richard Floyd from just recently retired from the University Interscholastic League and been with at UT Austin for a long time. Mark Fonder, who's current professor of music at Ithaca College, if I'm correct.
Ithaca College, yeah.
Cynthia Johnston Turner, who is at UGA at the Hodgson School of Music in Georgia, and John Whitwell, who recently retired from director of bands at Michigan State University, having previously served at Stephen F. Austin University and Abilene Christian. So great. I mean, some real great ears. I'm sure the directors are getting a great instruction about what's what they heard, and it comes with such great years of experience.
Right. And I believe as well, if I'm not mistaken, one of the adjudicators, and I don't know if they take turns doing this or what have you, I think one of them is actually offering critique to the conductor. I think they have, if I remember correctly, they have a camera pointed at the conductor.
That's right.
He's being filmed, he or she is being filmed, and getting feedback on gesture and the types of things that are happening there and how they're communicating with their bands. So it's not just an educational part for the students, it's educational for the conductors as well. That's the kind of thing I know when I was teaching, I loved to get that kind of feedback because I knew that's what makes me a better leader for my ensemble.
For sure.
So it's nice to have that component to this as well for the directors.